Hey everybody, it's Cindy with Monarch Mom DIY. Welcome if you're here for the first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos. I have 2 DIYs for you today. Let's get started. For today's first Easter spring DIY, you need 2 of these tall Happy Easter bunny signs, 2 wood bunny cutouts, some black and white gingham scrapbook paper, some florals, and I did show the carrot jump rope, but I'm actually going to use some of the string carrots that you can find at Dollar Tree. So the first thing I'm doing here with my scraper is just taking off the raffia bows and the bunny feet, and then just kind of scraping it so that it's a level surface. I'm also taking off the 2 hanging jute twine from the top of each sign. So turning these over onto the back and laying them flush as possible together, I'm taking 5 of these giant craft sticks from Walmart's craft section, and I'm just going to hot glue them across the back so that they are supported rather than trying to glue the signs together on the sides. Yes, I could paint on this back side, but I want to keep the back with a finished look. So I am painting over the fronts of these signs with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. It's pretty thick, but I did go ahead and do 2 coats just to make sure none of the design underneath was showing up. You can see I'm also doing just a little bit on the edges of the sign, trying to not get any on the back. Okay, so while the sign is drying, I'm taking my 2 wood bunny cutouts. These I actually found at Dollar General. They were $2 each. And I'm giving the front a light layer of Mod Podge from Dollar Tree and just placing my black and white gingham scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby over the top and gently rubbing it just to get out any potential air bubbles and just to get it to adhere to the wood bunny as smoothly as possible. Here I'm showing you the first one, and then I'm going to do this again on the opposite side. So now you see I'm putting the Mod Podge on the other side of the bunny so that my bunnies will be facing 2 different directions once they have the paper Mod Podged on. Once the Mod Podge is dry, I'm taking my utility knife from Dollar Tree, and on a self-healing mat, I'm just going around and cutting away the excess scrapbook paper. You can keep any of the larger pieces for other projects in the future. And I'm not too worried about getting a super clean cut because, as you'll see here in just a moment, I'm going to use some sandpaper to clean up any of the edges. So here, just using some sandpaper and just a downward motion, giving a little bit of a rustic white edging around my bunny, and also making sure that the scrapbook paper is not going to peel up from the edges. I didn't show this on camera, but you can also see that I redrew the lines, the horizontal lines there on the sign to make it look like pallet wood. And now I am just hot gluing my 2 wood bunnies on either side of my sign facing each other and trying to make them as even as possible. I went on my computer on Google Images and I just typed in Hello Spring and found font that I liked. If you save the image and then bring it into a program like Word, you can size it however big or small you want, print it out, and that's what I did here. I'm just cutting out the letters for spring minus the I, which you'll see why in just a moment. And this would have been a little easier if I had done them on cardstock. I just did paper, but just had to hold them as you trace the letters. So I'm tracing out the word spring, and then you'll see for hello, I'm going to do the method where I scribble pencil on the back, and then as I trace it, it'll transfer just enough of the pencil to my sign that I'll be able to go over it with a paint marker. So here you can see I did go back and go over that with my black paint marker, and I'm using one of these string carrots for my letter I. I thought that was super cute. Next I'm going to hot glue under each of the bunnies, just put a little moss there to make it look like the bunnies are sitting on some grass, and then I am going to add another string carrot near each of my bunnies as well. I really planned on adding some florals to the top of this, but I just felt like it was going to cover up too much of the bunnies' faces. So here my last step is I'm just adding back those raffia bows to the neck of each of these bunnies. And here's how the finished sign turned out. I absolutely love it. Think it's so cute. You put it out for spring and it could easily stay for Easter. For my second project, I'm using some of these small terracotta pots that come 3 in a pack at Dollar Tree, some moss, some paint, and some white plastic spoons along with some floral foam. So 4 of these were already kind of rustic painted white. I had done this last year and then never used them for the project. So I'm taking all 5 of my pots now, there's 5 in our family, and painting them with our white Waverly chalk paint. Next, I'm taking some masking tape and going around the edge of the pot, and I'm going to do this to all 5 pots so that I can then paint the top with a different kind of pastel or Eastery color. So I'm using this light blue, a light pink, a lime green, a yellow, and a lilac. And I'm just going to paint all 5 of the tops of these pots in these 5 different colors. So the blue is China Blue, this is a light pink, lime tree, yellow, and lilac mist. Those are apple barrel paints. Next, I'm taking my hot glue gun and hot gluing just a small piece of floral foam into each of these pots. And then we're going to take a little bit more of our floral moss, also from Dollar Tree, and hot glue some to the top to cover up the floral foam. Next, we're going to take our plastic spoons and we're going to paint 1 spoon each of those same colors. Here you're going to see I'm only painting 4 spoons because I only had 4, but imagine I'm doing all 5 of these, so you won't see a green spoon. But we're going to, like I said, paint just the back side. I guess you could paint the entire spoon if you wanted to, but you're only going to see this rounded out side, so the bottom of the spoon. So a lilac, a yellow, a pink, a china blue, and then a lime tree, which you can't see. Because these were acrylic paints and the spoons were kind of shiny, it did take 2 or 3 coats of paint to cover them, but they dry really fast. Once the paint was dry, you can see here I'm taking a black Sharpie marker and I'm drawing 2 little eyes on each of my spoons. Then I'm taking a small fine brush and some orange paint and trying to make a little triangle there for a beak. We are turning these spoons into little chicks, and then they will be in the pots. I'm planning on, you could use these as place markers at Easter dinner. Maybe use the little chicks for the kids' table. So here you can kind of see the faces. They're very basic. I probably would use an orange paint marker if I had one next time, maybe when I'm at Walmart. Here I'm just making a bow with some of my jute twine for each of my chicks. You could use satin ribbon or whatever you have on hand. Here I'm just going to make my 4 bows and then hot glue them to my spoons for my chicks. Okay, our next step is to poke each of our spoons into the floral moss and floral foam. I did need to use some scissors to make a hole and then get the spoon in there. I just didn't want the spoons to break while I was trying to get them into the floral foam. For my last step, I'm taking this scrapbooking paper punch that I have and some white cardstock, and I'm just showing you how you could use these as name cards for your dinner. Here you can just write a name on there and just with a little bit of glue attach that to the chick. These could be changed out each year based on whoever was at your Easter dinner. And there you go. I'm just writing the names of my 3 kiddos for these place cards. Of course, you could make the bottom part of these pots a lot more decorative if you want. I just wanted to keep them kind of simple. And here's how they turned out. I think they're so cute. You could definitely modify these to fit what you have on hand. And here are the 2 projects that we made today, just giving you a more close-up of our Hello Spring sign with the gingham bunnies and our little chick pot place markers for your dinner. So thanks so much again for joining me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up and please comment below what you liked about this video, what you think you might make, or suggestions for future videos. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.